we get into all the news of the day and the like, I did want to talk about this because I read this story over the weekend, and it was out of Zero Hedge, and it was titled "Constitution City Established 2021." And I like this story because I think that this is the story of the future, the story of hope, the story of where we can be, where we will end up eventually. And it has to do with a city in Texas called Brownwood. And he was talking about, the author was talking about the fact that you've got a city who has restaurants that are packed. You have houses selling for 20% more than their Zillow values. The banks are getting this big influx of funds. New residents are pouring in from around the country. Maybe this sounds like a home near you, a city near you here in the state of Florida. The old hotel that was downtown is being renovated after sitting, decaying for decades. So people are making money, and this small town has been this exception around the state. And people have been looking at this and saying, well, what's going on here? What makes this city of Brownwood so special? That it wasn't too long ago, a matter of fact, a year and a half ago, that life was completely different in this place. It was like a ghost town. Malls were empty, shops were closed. I mean, it was a disaster. You couldn't find people or business or anything in this place. So what changed? And you had a city that went from, we got to get out of here, to a city that is thriving, that is partying, that is having fun, that is out and determined to bring life back to the city, all for the reason that I'm about to tell you. The city decided that they were going to be the first in history, as the city council talked about, that they wanted to declare itself a constitutional city. So what did it mean to be a constitutional city? You probably know exactly where I'm going with this. That's why it's that good. It means that the government cannot and will not pass any laws that violate the Bill of Rights. This is what they wanted in the city. They recognized that a city that was dying was a city that wasn't following the Constitution and wasn't allowing for its people to start growth, to have the kind of growth that it needed, to kind of let the city be the city. Let the people be the people. Freedom reigning down in this constitutional city of Brownwood, Texas. So what they said was, and this was from a local news outlet that was writing about it, they were talking about how the resolution in the city didn't mean that anything was done like COVID. They weren't saying anything about COVID vaccines. They weren't even talking about that. All they said is that the commissioners there are determined to stand as a constitutional city, recited the rights including freedom of expression, speech, association, religion, press, and petition, the right to keep and bear arms, the right for protection from government overreach, and the right not to be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. And before I go on, I just want to say this, because I've heard many people talk about it. I heard Senator Mike Lee last week talking about this on Mark Levin's program. And the enumerated powers of the federal government are few. Tiny, small. The size and the behemoth that the federal government is now is not what the founders wanted. I think that's something that's so critical to remind ourselves of, that we've become way too big. The enumerated powers are small. The states are the ones that make a lot of the decisions that are not being made anymore, and they're being made by a federal government that is overreaching. It's unconstitutional in a lot of ways. And certainly when it comes to vaccine mandates and more, it's got to go to the Supreme Court, because we have to have an answer on this. Because if we don't have an answer on this, then we are not going to be able to clearly and succinctly be able to look at the issues that could come up in the future with regard to mandates and think about what could be next. What else would they mandate? What else would they want to take from us through mandate from the federal government? Well, it goes on and talks about the resolution states that the Brown County, there where the city is, recognizes, respects, and upholds the First and Second Amendment rights, and will use, quote, all legal means at its disposal to oppose, within the limits of the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Texas, any efforts to unconstitutionally restrict those rights. Just doing that enabled a city to basically come back from the dead, a city that was lost for a while there, a city like we talked about earlier that was basically dead. They had nobody in it. There was no reason to redo a hotel. because the hotel had no reason to even be open or there at all because there were no people there. Nothing was happening. The story talks about how Hayek wrote in the 40s that no people love freedom more than those who have more recently lost it. We know people in the state of Florida. We probably somewhere in our circle know someone here in town who knows someone or has been directly affected by socialism, communism, Marxism, that they can articulate exactly what this is. And we've lost a massive amount of freedom, and we can get it back. And we are, and Americans are standing up. And some of what they talked about in this story, again, the story was about it's Constitution City, established 2021. It said Zero Hedge. They had the story about Brownwood, Texas, and they talked about how the Biden administration's down 10 points, right, from an approval ratings, not looking good. School boards all over the country are being taken down, overthrown because of the lockdowns and the forced masking and the testing and CRT and we've had enough, and parents are showing up. Dramatic turnaround in attitudes towards government. That's what new polls are starting to show. They see what governments do. The behemoth of a government that our founders didn't want. They see all of this. You see it all the time, workers in industry standing up to vaccine mandates. I cannot tell you how many emails I get from people, and forgive me if I don't get to each and every one of you, but I get many emails from people like FP&L and NCH and other places, people that are telling me that they're concerned about what is happening, and they are looking at what is going on with these vaccine mandates, and they fear what's happening in these businesses and organizations as more of these mandates start to come up, and the health freedoms that we should enjoy, period, full stop. And the sick outs in airlines, Southwest Airlines, right, that basically had to shut down even American Airlines the way they were just a few weeks ago. With these phantom weather issues, when everybody knows it was the pilots that decided that they wanted to send a message, and all kinds of stuff, even with Bitcoin, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more because there's an interesting story. Joe Rogan decided to accept Bitcoin as payment, like $100,000 in Bitcoin payment, and that's kind of a big deal for a lot of reasons, and we'll discuss. But again, Bitcoin getting into new high territory, and it is a repudiation of the financial system and the mainstream financial opinion and people's concern and how eventually that people want to get on board with something that is outside of what we see as the fiat currency and the concerns that many people have and how it's being run. So we see all of this. So can it be copied? Is this something that can be duplicated? You know exactly what some in the media would say. In a matter of a few weeks, the attacks on the constitutional cities movement is going to start hitting hard because CNN's going to discover this. They're going to find out all about this, and they'll find an activist somewhere with a sketchy background, or even somebody that showed up at January 6th there in D.C., and then they'll say it's extremist and far right and the founding fathers and racism, and you know how that goes. They're going to try to do this. But the results cannot be denied of what happened in that city. And it's a promising path. And it's a good thing. And I think that there are more of us that are starting to think this way and feel this way. And you know it. You talk to your friends and family probably about this often, and how it does feel like there is a little bit of this renaissance, if you will, this coming around of individuals and even independents and Democrats who are just tired of what they say. Look, you're going to get the positive spin of the jobs report and Joe Biden and talking about how great things are and the wages going up. You're going to hear all kinds of fun spin, and you probably have throughout the weekend and even leading up to today. But facts are not going to change on the ground. Inflation is out of control. Anything that you can possibly get that would be an increase in wages, quote unquote, which I don't see where that's happening. Can somebody find me the increase in wages that people see or are starting to feel? Because just when you think you're making more money, just when you think that $13 or $15 an hour job that you didn't have before is something that is special, and you're looking at it and saying, all right, well, I'll get back off the sidelines and into the game. And you come to find out that a big chunk of that is being taken away by inflation. It's a hidden tax. There's no doubt about it. It is a tax, especially when it's something that doesn't have to be happening, when you can stop that from running away. That how special is it? How great is everything? And if we get back to the Constitution, if we get back to the rule of law, if we get back to being a city, just like Brownwood, Texas, and one that is ready to strike out and say, you know what, we are going to be a constitutional city, and what that will mean, the Constitution be followed, and everything else, you sit on the sidelines. Because the Constitution will rule the day. And that is such an important aspect to this story. And when it does, look at what happens. And it's such a great example there in that constitutional city. I can't wait for more of this to be discussed and more people to talk about it. And then just recognize, like a lot of other things that the left will do, the minute they see the success, and the reason why there's success is because they're following our founders and they're following the Constitution, that they will do everything they can to try to spin it, tear it down, destroy it, lie about it, cheat about it. But you know the truth. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live. It's drewsteele.com. On the website, Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast and watching the program. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Good Tuesday morning. Still a quiet drive across Southwest Florida to start out the day. Not seeing any delays up and down either US 41 or I-75 for our highway commuters. Crash-free right now throughout Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Just starting to see some buildup along the Midpoint Bridge heading eastbound out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers. Cape Coral Bridge running up to speed, though, as an alternate route. You can also take the 41 bridges in and out of downtown Fort Myers for a nice, smooth drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Look for a mix of sun and clouds today, and we should be a little bit warmer after another cool start. Highs back into the lower 80s across the area, with winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into tonight. Lows near 62, waking up on your Wednesday. A stray shower now to the question for tomorrow with a high of 84 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon. I'm Wink News with Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The Federal Reserve says one of the greatest near-term risks to the U.S. financial system is the potential for public health to worsen as the pandemic continues its grip on the country. The investing app Robinhood says it's the victim of a ransomware attack. The company says last week's hack exposed millions of customers' names and email addresses, but it's since contained the breach. New York State gambling regulators approve online sports betting licenses for 9 operators, including FanDuel, DraftKings, and BetMGM. And the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ with another triple play yesterday as they all closed at record highs. The S&P 500 setting its 8th straight record, something it hasn't done since 1997. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Near historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit loandepot.com. At Loan Depot, Home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in...
At Duncan's Diamonds, we are obsessed with finding you a diamond as unique as your love. As direct diamond importers, we traveled the world to find pieces of unbeatable value and quality. We have 30 times the selection of a typical jewelry store. From enchanting engagement rings to previously enjoyed Rolex timepieces, we have a special something for everyone.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds. We have an unparalleled passion for bringing you the best in diamonds and jewelry. We are here to make this spectacular manageable with expert guidance, exceptional discounts, and unmatched financing programs.
With no middleman, we're able to offer prices 30 to 40% below the rest.
We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it. Come see us today.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive to give the gift of a lifetime.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Can I see your pre-plan, please?
Before you reach the pearly gates is the best time to consider your plan. Harvey Engelhardt Funeral Home will provide peace of mind that lets you set and forget, relieving stress and decision-making on loved ones when the time comes. Ensure that your wishes are honored and relieve your family of guessing what your intentions were. There are many reasons to pre-plan, including a price guarantee and transferability. Harvey Engelhardt can arrange monthly payment plan options with automatic withdrawal. Your loved ones are relieved both of the financial responsibility and the burden of decisions at your passing. Planning is what we do for when the time comes. Harvey Engelhardt will see you through from beginning to end. We also have comprehensive military honors options for veterans. Pre-planning is the ultimate gift of selflessness to the surviving spouse and family. Please call us at 239-936-2177. Harvey Engelhardt, we're here to help.
Forget the senseless talk. You need news and information, and you need it now.
Link News now. Link News now.
The most comprehensive, most trusted, and coming to you first.
Breaking right now at 3.
We know you'll agree. The place to be at 3 is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Don't read it when you're hungry because the recipe's incredible.
This must be the place for a book celebration as famed author Harlan Coben interviews Rach.
Let's get serious for a moment. When the world started to close down, you actually said in this book you felt a little anxious.
Then, we're rolling closer to Thanksgiving. And
I would walk 30-minute meals while doing my homework.
Rach gives thanks to a big fan. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, weekday mornings at 11 on the CW.
When it comes to business news, Gulf Shore Business covers Gulf Shore businesses like nobody's business. Daily coverage of local breaking business news you can't get anywhere else. Subscribe today for the free daily Gulf Shore Business newsletter at gulfshorebusiness.com.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
I got the fork and jabbed into it and hoiked it out of the ground and holy snapping turtle teeth. What's going on here? I said to Donna, no, it's a potato. And she went, no. I said, yeah, it is. Since I'm a bit of a hobbyist home brewer, I'm thinking about a special vodka.
I'm sorry. I can't stand it. Okay, as you can tell, there's a couple in New Zealand. Well, one guy, he may have found the largest potato ever unearthed. It looks like a giant. It looks like a chicken. It looks like a turkey. It's huge. It comes in at 17 pounds. A 17-pound potato. Colin and Donna Craig Brown talking about how they found the potato and they call it Doug. That's right, a potato named Doug. Why not? The largest ever unearthed. They named it Doug. For all you people out there named Doug, I have no idea. I don't know why they named Doug. I don't know why a giant potato would be named Doug, but it is, and there you go. So you're in the... I really don't know. All right. So I just thought that was funny because, I mean, you obviously don't know if it's the largest potato ever unearthed, but because it could still be in the earth. But there you go. I guess it was a 2011 monster from Britain. It weighed in under 11, but this one's at 17. So there you go. What do you do with a giant potato like that? Well, he's going to make vodka out of it. Not a bad idea, I guess. Kind of, sort of. All right. Anyway, 239-479-5592. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. Hey, listen, when we come back, let's talk about some other things that are going on. I thought it was an interesting story about some Democrats who are like, listen, I'm happy that the election last Tuesday turned out the way it did. It might be a lesson for Democrats. They're not going to listen. But we'll talk about it coming up next. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
It's Medicare open enrollment now through December 7th. That means it's time to look at your coverage options. Whether you're almost 65 or been enrolled for years, you have a choice and the chance to pick the best plan for your lifestyle. Millennium Physician Group is here to help with our Medicare Connect program. Learn the latest plan options, compare coverage, and enroll. Visit yourmedicareconnect.com and live your best life with the best Medicare plan for you. Millennium Medicare Connect. Visit yourmedicareconnect.com.
92.5 Fox News.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The Special House Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot subpoenas 6 more allies of former President Trump.
Among those the committee wants testimony from former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and Trump campaign notables William Stepien, Jason Miller, and Angela McCallum. Ex-NYPD Commissioner Bernard Carrick was also named. The former president has urged some allies to defy subpoenas, citing executive privilege.
Fox's Granholm Scott. The Supreme Court hears a religious liberty case out of Texas today.
Lawyers for death row inmate John Henry Ramirez are arguing before the Supreme Court that their client's pastor should be allowed to lay hands on him and pray as he is being executed. The state of Texas says the pastor can be there, but only if he's quiet and doesn't touch Ramirez.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. A 16-year-old Florida girl who disappeared during a weekend school field trip in Georgia has been found safe with a man in Alabama. America's listening to Fox News.
Week News, Fox traffic. News. Right all along.
Southwest Florida. I-75 is getting backed up, though, heading through southern Lee County from about Alico Road down through Corkscrew Road, seeing a lot of southbound delays starting to build out there. A little busy closer to Colonial Boulevard and Luckett Road early on this morning through Fort Myers. No problems on US 41. Area bridges starting to pick up midpoint, especially eastbound out of the Cape into Fort Myers, seeing some slight delays. No problems, though, on the downtown 41 bridges in and out of Fort Myers to North Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cool start to the day, we should be actually a little bit warmer today compared to yesterday, with many of us right back into the lower 80s under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for those winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday night. Partly cloudy sky with lows waking up to near 62 degrees. Could be looking at a stray shower tomorrow afternoon as we top off near 84 degrees. Look for isolated rain chances returning Thursday and Friday ahead of our next cold front that should be passing through for Saturday and leaving us cooler and drier by the end of the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's time to drive in first-class style in a brand-new Genesis luxury sedan or SUV. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation for two very good reasons: our professional sales staff and our incredible selection. Like the all-new Genesis GV70, named Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, it features incredible performance, athletic styling, and superior technology. Or check out the all-new Genesis GV80, luxurious and pushes the limits of style and performance with all-road capability and show-stopping design. Also, according to J.D. Power, the G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper mid-size premium cars. Test drive a G80 and see for yourself. Genesis of Naples needs to be your first choice for luxury. So please visit us on Airport Road or online at genesisofnaples.com.
Based on January 2021 retail sales. For J.D. Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Mel's Diner is talking turkey.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Watch the parade, enjoy the dog show, and go to Mel's Diner 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak with super salad, choice of potatoes and green beans and corn. Incredible, only $15.99. Key lime fish, $17.99. Or Mel's slow roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinner, $19.99. Thanksgiving kids meals, just $9.99. Order Mel's famous holiday meals to go, serving up to 6 with your choice of fresh roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins. And as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserved by November 23rd. Mel's Diner does it all. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you can eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. When you hear air conditioning companies bragging about their certified technicians, they're not actually telling you the truth. What they really mean is they have EPA certifications just to work with Freon, which is required. The only recognized certification in this industry for air conditioning is the NATE certification. And unless they're certified, they're not. If they don't have it, it's because they couldn't pass the test. If you want the best, you call Kobe Cooling, because our team is NATE certified. At 239-482-1542, we won't mislead you with false claims about their credentials. Their NATE certification is on their ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, locally owned and operated.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Nine four seven nine 5592, the talking text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's, as you know. Hopefully you're watching the program, subscribing to the podcast, and of course getting those Christmas cards out to our men and women serving overseas this week. Hopefully we'll have our first preliminary numbers on 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers 33902. Don't forget you can text the word troops to 239-479-5592. And this way, you will also have the address right at your fingertips, so you can make sure that you will send them out to us, and we can get them vetted. Kim Gade at Lee Health doing a fantastic job with the volunteers to get as many cards vetted as possible to get them out by December 3rd. That is the cutoff date. So hopefully you'll get them to us before then. Your church, organization, school, business, love for you. I just talked to somebody the other day who is with a health group, and they love doing it with the family, and we just appreciate that so much. Families getting together to do this. It's such a great thing, and we appreciate it. And Mel's Diner. Thank you, Mel's Diner. The locations, Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida, a great drop-off point for you as well. You know, last week it was Tulsi Gabbard who was showing Democrats exactly what to do when they lose an election the way they did to Republicans. And she was pretty happy about it. Look, she loved the idea that the Democrats lost, and not for the reasons you think. And when you think about Glenn Youngkin and the GOP's victory there over Terry McAuliffe, Democrats always bet the wrong way. They're always betting. I mean, it seems like it's the same thing. They're always betting that the minority of voices, the blue check marks on Twitter, those are the people that they should be following along with. You know, the CRT crowd, the transgender bathroom crowd, the pronouns crowd, you could go down the list. So many different things, right? In so many different ways that they do this. And Tulsi Gabbard was the one that tweeted out McAuliffe's loss is a victory for all Americans. Why? Because it was a resounding rejection of efforts to divide us by race, the stripping of parental rights, and arrogant deaf leaders. This benefits us all. And it was made clear in Virginia, across the country, the rejection of the politics of the left, the politics of the Marxists, of the Democrats. It was rejected, and yet you still have people that will push and push and push these policies and these ideas. And look, I'm not, don't get me wrong. If they want to keep doing this, it'll be to their own destruction. I truly and honestly believe that the culture wars are on. It is on right now. Like, is it on like Donkey Kong? Is that what, Jake? Is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. On like Donkey Kong. I make some really obscure old references to make it sound like I'm hip, and it's really not working. But yeah, so it's on, like we talked about earlier, poking the bear. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be poking the bear, everybody. And with our kids and vaccinations, you're doing just that. But they're going to keep doing it. I don't know what it is that's going to turn this around. Maybe this will turn it around. Joe Biden hitting a new low as the administration takes a baseball bat to middle-class Americans. Red State had this story. And again, the approval ratings, you can't, as much as people don't like polls, you can't get away from some of these that are really obvious. And we hear about it. It's not just a poll that is done that you hear about that Hillary Clinton is going to be the next president of the United States because, 99% in exit poll. Yeah, okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about things that are really tangible. Biden, regardless of what anybody wants to say or how they want to spin it, you still have a 37% approval rating, 53% of a disapproval. Democrats are the only ones that are holding anything together. Independents are 62% on the disapprove side. You've got Hispanics that are on the 39% disapproval side. It isn't working. And then you had, what was it, last week? I think it was last week when the deputy secretary there, press secretary, was being asked about vax mandates and the effect on the supply chain. Everybody's spinning the jobs report and trying to make it this. And well, what about this story?
How did concerns about the supply chain, the possibility of workers maybe quitting because of these mandates play into that decision and that timing?
So, if you're asking, if we think the rules impact supply chain, the answer is no. We don't think that it will. First of all, vaccine requirements work. We have talked about that. We've given examples.
I can't do it. Vaccine mandates work. They work. People are quitting their jobs because of this. They're losing their jobs because of it. How could you possibly say that? With all the issues with the supply chain, a crisis that is not going away, that many people are still talking about how it's going to be with us for a while. The discussion about how, Thanksgiving and Christmas, we've got to make sure we start to go out now and buy the things that we want. We may not have the stuff in time for Christmas. That you actually want to make the case that the vaccine mandates are a good thing? There's no logic here. It's crazy. But this is what they will do. They honestly will tell you that what you see is not what you see, and what you think is happening is not really happening, and everything is fine. How could you think that truck drivers, let's say, who are not going to go out and be forced to get vaccinated because you tell them to? Nobody is sitting around and saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to go get vaccinated because it's mandate. I just got to do it." It's not make. I'm talking about the unvaccinated. You're making it worse when you do this. And now, as these truck drivers are going to go away because of vaccine mandates, you don't think that's going to make the supply chain issue worse? It's maddening. It's not even logical. But yet again, this is what Tulsi Gabbard was talking about. I mean, how do you do this? How could you possibly think this way? That the repudiation of the ideas of socialism and parental rights and the like in Virginia, you're just going to ignore that? And they do. Yes, they're going to ignore it. Tulsi Gabbard's looking for logical Democrats or common sense Democrats. She ain't going to find it. She's just not going to find it. It's just amazing. 239-479-5592. By the way, on top of that is what is being discussed as the real threat to this country. On top of Democrats, well, you know what? This is all the same thing. It's all the same thing. One of the biggest stories to come out from last week, and many people, you're not going to get anybody in the media to talk about it, is again what happened with the revelations of arrests in the Steele dossier and Danchenko and this point guy for all the information that was going into the Steele dossier and the Russian connections and the Clinton connections, and how in 2016, this democracy, American democracy itself, was attacked. A disinformation campaign run by the Democrats and Russians that left us in the place that we are now. That for years we were led to believe that Donald Trump, the elected president of the United States, was somehow in league with Russia, when we come to find out it was quite the opposite. In this Russian source dossier that, Trump's in the pocket of Putin. It's together. It's a Putin pocket. It's you know what the Putin pocket is? The Putin pocket is that little one. You know, if you ever look down at your pants and you got that little pocket there on your right-hand side? Yeah, that's the Putin pocket, the little baby Putin pocket. You always wondered what that is. Well, what is that little pocket? I can stick my thumb in it, but that's the Putin pocket. That's what that is. And that's Trump did that. Trump did that along with Putin. It's unbelievable. You're not going to hear anything about it. Yeah, probably haven't. And even Red State had this story about a not insignificant portion of the intelligence community, were the ones that bought into this disinformation campaign. And you see the stories all around. The propagandists at CNN who were responsible for injecting the Steele dossier into the mainstream and who spent years pushing its bogus claims can't find room on their front page for a single story about the arrest of Igor Danchenko. Nothing. Zero. They had plenty to say about Trump, how Trump ties tried to use the Justice Department to overturn the 2020 results. And stories like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Like, they couldn't come up with a story, a headline to give it to us. One of the biggest stories. They're not going to do it. How do you not say that the media is complicit in all of this? They should be ashamed, but this is what they do. And again, that is one of those big stories about this Danchenko story and the connections to Hillary Clinton. You know, I read something, what was it? Oh gosh, Jake, I talked to you about this the other day. It was probably a week and a half ago. I read a story in the New York Post a week and a half ago that Huma Abedin, the former top aide to Hillary Clinton, asked on the Today Show if she'd consider her own run for office after spending years behind the scenes as Clinton's confidant and with her own estranged husband, Anthony Weiner. And do we have the clip? What did she say? Wait, hold on. I think I have it here.
Is a story about you. I knew we wouldn't have time to cover it all, but what do you see for your future?
Well, this is a whole new chapter for me. I am doing the thing with you, Savannah, that for my entire adult life I was terrified of, which is putting myself out there and being in public. And so I'm really looking forward to my
Think you'll run for office one of these days?
I am copying Shonda Rhimes. This is my year of saying yes. I'm not saying no to anything.
Wow. Okay. You're making a little news there at the end. Oh, that was yes.
Well, that was, I don't know.
Okay.
Why do you care about this? Why am I even bringing it up? What's the big deal? The former top aide to Hillary Clinton asked on the Today Show about running for office, and she's saying she's not saying no. Who do you think would help her run for office? Who do you think would use her connections? And boy, they are deep and wide. Can you say Putin pocket? Who would use their connections to help her make it not only to, I don't know, a Senate level, quickly, just like that, in the state of New York? And then next thing you know it, to prominence in the Democrat Party. Do you see where I'm going with this? As many people have said, the Clinton years are gone. They're dead. Forget about Bill and Hillary. They're no longer going to be around. That's it. If Terry McAuliffe couldn't work out in Virginia, if he couldn't win in Virginia, then they're done, right? Not so fast. Because when you're not done and you don't want to go away, what's the next best thing? You get somebody who will carry the torch. Is that possible? Do you think that they want to make Huma Abedin a former top aide to Hillary Clinton? The estranged husband is Anthony Weiner. We don't have to worry about that story anymore because he's gone. He's out of the picture. Like, she's the heir apparent? Yeah, when I think about Russia collusion hoaxes, I think about how they went after the former president. I hear this story, I think, never say never. 239-479-5592 is a talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. And, of course, 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Get those Christmas cards out to our men and women serving overseas. We got to get them vetted before December 3rd, or drop them off at any one of the Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida. We appreciate you. Stay break 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
News. Right all along.
Good Tuesday morning. Still a crash-free drive all across Southwest Florida. I-75 is getting backed up, though, heading through southern Lee County from about Alico Road down through Corkscrew Road. Seeing a lot of southbound delays starting to build out there. A little busy closer to Colonial Boulevard and Luckett Road early on this morning through Fort Myers. No problems on US 41. Area bridge is starting to pick up midpoint, especially eastbound out of the Cape into Fort Myers. Seeing some slight delays. No problems, though, on the downtown 41 bridges in and out of Fort Myers to North Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Look for a mix of sun and clouds today, and we should be a little bit warmer after another cool start. Highs back into the lower 80s across the area, with winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into tonight. Lows near 62, waking up on your Wednesday. A stray shower now to the question for tomorrow with a high of 84 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon. I'm Wink News with Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
RVs, RVs, and more RVs. Starting Thursday, we've packed over 100 RVs into the air-conditioned Lee Civic Center. Prices slashed on every new and used motorhome, travel trailer, and fifth wheel. Giant savings on top names like Winnebago, Fleetwood, Integra, Road Track, and more. Plus, there's free parking and admission. For more information, see RV.fun. The giant RV show inside the Lee Civic Center starts Thursday. The Giant RV Show is presented by La Mesa RV, 9650 Kelly Tractor Drive in Fort Myers.
Get ready for a night of solid gold with the Temptations and the Four Tops. Same night, same stage. Friday, December 3rd, Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. The Temptations and the Four Tops together live. Reserve seats on sale now at bbmanpah.com or call 481-4849.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hi, this is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. For over 20 years, we've been building homes in Naples and Southwest Florida. During that time, our company has had the privilege of building truly unique homes. One of those homes, located on Yucca Road in Naples, has caught the eye of the publication Gulf Shore Life. My interview and article on this unique home are in the November issue. Please visit our website to see a virtual tour of this truly unique custom home at BigIslandBuilders.com.
I lost 46 pounds in 8 weeks with the help of Andro 400, having tons of energy, not feeling tired or feeling at the end of the day that my feet are dragging. I would very strongly recommend it to anybody that feel they need to cut down on their weight or who doesn't have enough energy. Absolutely.
That's fantastic, Joe. And congratulations on losing 46 pounds in 8 weeks with the help of Andro 400. Guys, check out Joe's before and after pictures on andro400.com. Since 2004, men have chosen Andro 400 for one reason: results. Andro 400 can help you safely and effectively lose belly fat, gain energy, and boost your testosterone. We guarantee it. Order today and get free shipping and special discounts available only on andro400.com. andro400.com. That's andro400.com.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, once again, I cannot thank you enough, everybody, Southwest Florida, for getting involved with 10,000 for the troops. And once again, and by the way, if you have your church, your organization, your school, your business, if you are getting involved in and doing that together with a bunch of folks here in Southwest Florida, I'd love to hear from you. If you want to call or text at 239-479-5592, and we'd love to recognize you and hear from you and know that you're doing that, because we're excited that you're getting those cards together for our men and women serving overseas for Christmas with a warm message inside. Remember, no glitter, right? No glitter in those cards. We've got a vet 'em. Kim Gade over at Lee Health is going to be vetting the cards with a great group of volunteers every year. And we have a cutoff date of December 3rd. So make sure you get them together by then. You can drop them off at any one of Mel's Diner locations across Southwest Florida as well. So you're good there. But again, if you're someone who has got a group and organization together, we'd love to recognize your business, your school, your organization, whatever it is. So feel free to call or text or even email Drew at 925foxnews.com, Drew at 925foxnews.com. Love to talk about you and say thank you personally. So certainly you can do that. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. You can text the word troops if you want to 239-479-5592 to get the address on your phone. And of course, Mel's Diner location's a big thank you. And thank you to you, Southwest Florida. All right, let's take a break. It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Fox News. Right all along.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call QC Kinetics. Restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN.
Do you find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
250 million. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's how many COVID cases there have been confirmed since the pandemic hit worldwide. 46 million of them here in the U.S., where we had the most reported infections yesterday in a month, 125,000. A new poll shows a lot of Americans believe a lot of things about COVID. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has this live.
Dave, a new study from the Kaiser Family Foundation found that 78% of adults in the U.S. believe at least one of 8 false COVID statements. It also found that 64% of the unvaccinated adults believe half of the false statements, with about half the Republicans who were polled responding the same way. The most common false statement, that the government is exaggerating the number of COVID deaths. 4 in 10 said they heard pregnant women should not get the vaccine, and slightly less than that say they've heard the vaccine can cause infertility. The CDC recommends the COVID vaccine for those who are pregnant, and that there is no evidence that any vaccines cause fertility problems in men or women. Dave.
Sonny, the Biden administration is trying to revive its COVID vaccine mandate on workers at private companies with at least 100 employees, blocked by a federal judge. White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre.
In order to get this pandemic behind us, we need to get more people vaccinated, and this is a way to do that. And we see vaccination requirements work.
The Justice Department, in a response to lawsuits, say concerns about the mandate do not outweigh the interest in protecting employees from a dangerous virus. The lawsuits are piling up in Houston days after the Astro World Music Festival chaos that left 8 people dead, hundreds injured. At least 36 suits are planned by victims' families.
Among those is the grandfather of a 9-year-old boy who is fighting for his life this morning in the hospital. The boy suffering from major organ damage and brain swelling after he and his father got caught up in the crowd.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Off to a busy start now on the roads across Lee County. We've got a crash at State Road 82 in Daniels, causing some delays heading westbound on 82, heading toward that Gunnery-Daniels intersection. Another crash in North Fort Myers, right near North Fort Myers High School at Pondella Road and Orange Grove Boulevard. That's also near Tropic Isles Elementary, so expect to see some delays there. If you're heading through Fort Myers off of Daniels, we've got a crash at Crest Ridge Loop at the Park Crest at the Lakes Apartments Complex, so expect to see some activity going on out there. It's just a hit-and-run crash. And in Collier County, we've got a disabled vehicle at the intersection of Logan Boulevard and Immokalee Road, causing some slight southbound slowdowns approaching Immokalee. Another disabled vehicle right near Sugden Park in East Naples at the East Trail and Lakewood Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cool start to the day, we should be actually a little bit warmer today compared to yesterday, with many of us right back into the lower 80s under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for those winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday night. Partly cloudy sky with lows waking up to near 62 degrees. Could be looking at a stray shower tomorrow afternoon as we top off near 84 degrees. Look for isolated rain chances returning Thursday and Friday ahead of our next cold front that should be passing through for Saturday and leaving us cooler and drier by the end of the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
It's Medicare open enrollment now through December 7th. That means it's time to look at your coverage options. Whether you're almost 65 or been enrolled for years, you have a choice and the chance to pick the best plan for your lifestyle. Millennium Physician Group is here to help with our Medicare Connect program. Learn the latest plan options, compare coverage, and enroll. Visit yourmedicareconnect.com and live your best life with the best Medicare plan for you. Millennium Medicare Connect. Visit yourmedicareconnect.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Lassiter, CEO and one of the managing partners of Key City Capital. And just recently, we held an in-person investor meeting right here in Naples and had over 100 attendees show up to learn about building their wealth rapidly. Key City Capital has been actively investing in cash-flowing real estate for over 10 years and generating safe, secure, double-digit returns for our investors. Key City Capital was founded to build and preserve wealth for our clients, as well as provide assistance with tax mitigation. And over 100 people just can't be wrong.
Call Key City Capital today to reserve your spot for our next dinner event. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching always and subscribing to the podcast. And we always appreciate you getting your Christmas cards together with that warm message inside for our troops, our men and women serving overseas. We have not forgot about you. This town, this city, this Southwest Florida area of ours remembers, and you always come through, and we cannot thank you enough for that, Southwest Florida. 10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Keep those cards coming. We'll get hopefully a rough count by the end of the week would be nice. And also Mel's Diner locations. You can drop them off there as well. Any of the Mel's Diner locations, and we will have Kim Gade pick them up, of course, with Lee Health and the great volunteers helping out. Matt Caldwell joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I got a couple of Florida stories that I wanted to touch base with him on. First of all, good morning. How are you, sir?
Oh, always doing well. Excited to be talking with the great Drew Steele this morning.
Wow. All right. Are you okay? What's going on with that?
I must have had a couple of cups of coffee. Who knows?
Is that what it is? Or maybe a couple of cups of something else that you're not supposed to be drinking in the morning? Or yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's move on from that. Goodness. All right. Hey, a couple of things I wanted to say. The news press had a story out. Pretty exciting to hear this, and they're saying it, and it looks like the numbers are there now. That DeSantis is saying, and Republicans are saying that, yes, it is happening. Republicans outnumbering Democrats in Florida for the first time in history. This, by the way, is not a little deal, everybody. This is a big, big deal. And I'm going to talk about some of the specific numbers coming up. But talk about that change.
It is historic. It's monumental. I mean, Drew, you get used to Republican control in this state because for the legislative side and most of the statewide offices, Republicans have won since 1996. And so people may be surprised to realize we have not been the number one party. This is the first time in the history of the state. I mean, the entire history, 150, 60, 70 some odd years. This is the first time Republicans have had the majority, and that really is the potential to put a nail in the coffin of Democrats' effort to make this a purple state, and really starts to put us in a position of being a consistently reliable Republican state when it comes to particularly the national elections, and that's a big deal when you think about the size of our vote in the Electoral College.
Yeah, and you think about how massive it is, and let me give you an idea. Everybody listening, I'm sure Matt knows this already, but the monumental shift. In 2008, when Obama won in Florida, there were 657,000 more registered Democrats than Republicans. Take a second and think of that flip, how that happens. It may seem like a long time, everybody, but from 2008 until now, it is gone, like evaporated. That doesn't happen overnight. That is a constant move. So that brings up the other question, which I'm not sure how this works. Is it people that have been moving here are conservative or Republicans, or is it when they get here, they are switching parties, realizing what is happening in the state? Because so what's the impetus? What is it? What is doing it?
Well, listen, at the very core of it, this task is why the parties exist. There's a lot of people that think about the party is here to get my guy elected, or it's to throw on the big convention. But the real nuts and bolts of why a party exists is to go out there and get people to register to support that party, to get them prepared to vote for that party's nominees, for their candidates in the following election. So when you look at the two parties, one of the fundamentals about why this has happened is because the Republican Party of Florida has made this a priority now for 4 straight years. They have been going after it systemically, county by county, flipping a lot of the small rural counties in Central and North Florida that have been Democratic since before, the Civil War. These counties are flipping for the first time, going after those folks that have been voting for our nominees at presidential levels, at the gubernatorial levels, and starting to finally vote for our nominees at the local and state level, and saying, look, it's time to sign up for the team that really represents what you believe. But the other half of that is the Democrats falling apart, right? Obama, one of the reasons he won, and really won in a way that many of us didn't expect, was he had gone out there with a plan. He raised money, he spent money, and he registered people to vote for him. And since he left office, you've seen a party on their side that doesn't have that same focus and leadership.
And he was also on a wave. I mean, let's remember what was happening in 2008. Everything was crashing and burning, and the disaster that was to come. So he was riding a wave of, hey, let's get on board with this guy, because hopefully he has a plan that isn't what has been in place, which up to that point into 2008. And let's not forget about what happened with the economy. So that's the wave he was riding as well.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, timing is everything in politics. You know, what I believed hasn't changed very much in the last 25 years, but it was really the rage in 2010 when I got elected from the Tea Party wave to the Florida House. So you got to be ready, and you got to be able to take advantage of it. But that's really one of the fundamentals of this story. But the other part you mentioned is really a big reason why this has happened, is that who is moving here? Why are they moving here? And yeah, I mean, it is a mixed bag, because we have people now coming from every corner of the country. So in the old days, you know, particularly in Southwest Florida, you could say everybody that's moving here is coming down I-75. So they're either from Ohio or Michigan or Indiana. And that really would be easy to cover, like 80% of the people that were moving to Southwest Florida. But that's not the case anymore. And even in Southwest Florida, people are coming from New York, they're coming from California, they're coming from really all 50 states and a lot of countries around the world. And so you've got people that are coming here from the other parts of the country that like our politics, like our policies, and maybe they weren't registered Republican where they were, but they see what we're doing successful here. And then that other group of people that are coming here from outside of the country, Venezuelans and Cubans and all kinds of folks from countries where they've seen socialism destroy their way of life. And when they get here, they see which party is signed up to protect freedom, to protect fundamental liberties, and they're signing up with that party and going out and making it happen. They're the reason why we talked about last week. Dade County has moved red against all the assumptions of the pundit class and the Democrats. It has moved in our direction the last two election cycles, and this is part of that bigger narrative where we're getting the support of folks that see what we stand for.
Matt Caldwell joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. And speaking of fundamental liberties and shifts and movements, you would imagine that there would be a shift, a movement, especially when people see socialism, they see communism, they know it, they have family members who know about it, and there are people who can articulate the problems, the danger of Marxism, and then you specifically vote against it. How do you do that when you have this story out of the Miami Herald? Florida Democrats decided to do what? Did they support Cuba? Did they not support Cuba? What happened with this story? Explain this to me. What just went on?
I mean, it's really so simple, Drew. You have these resolutions that are presented to take a position. What is the position of the United States when it comes to the communist regime in Cuba? You know, are we with the Castro brothers and their communist regime, or are we with the freedom fighters? And the majority of Congress, thankfully, said we're with the freedom fighters. This is not a hard question. It's very simple. And yet you had 40 some odd Democrats vote against this resolution. You know, the typical suspects, AOC, Ilhan Omar, the squad group. But you had Florida Democrats, people that represent refugees from this regime, voting against taking a position on this question. It's absolutely mind-boggling. It's just a slam dunk kind of question, and they failed at this simple task.
How do they do that? You know, and I guess if you're going to look at it and the frustration of many, and I'll say it, it's symbolic is what it is. It's not like we're going to take any kind of real hardcore action. Nothing's happening there. It really is symbolic, unfortunately. But at the same time, if it's symbolic and you know that it is, and you know I guess it's just like, what do you have to lose? I mean, if you're thinking about it politically, you know what I mean? Like, this is so obvious. This is something that we don't want in this country, unless it isn't something that you want in this country. Talking about freedoms and liberty, and so how could you possibly do it? And again, I bring up the symbolism point only because I've been frustrated, and many people are, that we, like what happened earlier in the summer, and many people taking to the streets here in Southwest Florida, and it looked like another opportunity for those freedom fighters to win at the end of the day. And it just feels like when it falls flat that we could have done more. You know what I mean? And then to turn your back on this as a Florida Democrat, it speaks volumes about the party here, and it speaks volumes about who they are.
Well, I think it absolutely speaks to who they are. And in some ways, Drew, I appreciate that they're telling us the truth, right? These are people that are so committed to their socialist ideology that they're taking the mask off. That you wouldn't have done this 10 years ago, 20 years ago. These members of Congress would have, as you pointed out, taken the easy way out. It's a resolution. It's not like it has some binding impact on anybody. So why not vote with the people whose back you're trying to scratch back home, the constituents? Just keep telling them, yeah, I'm with you, even if you never do anything of substance.
But I know, and what constituents in Florida that you represent are like, yeah, no, Cuba's good the way it is. Like, who is that? Who are you? Seriously, you mentioned it. Who are your constituents? Who's doing that?
It blows my mind. I will say the one thing that I do think is valuable with these resolutions, because then people could say, well, this is a sideshow. I don't think it's entirely a sideshow, because the president has wide authority to make decisions. The kind of decisions like where to place an embassy, whether or not to put our ambassadors in that embassy and engage that regime on a diplomatic level, the positions we take at the UN, right? And so if the Congress, and that's really the other side of this, okay, 40 Democrats are out of their minds and voted against this, but that means about 390 members of Congress are all on the same page that communism is bad and that the Cuban regime is not to be supported. That is a clear message to the executive branch about what, on a bipartisan level, at least nationally, the Congress and the people of this country want as our position when it comes to Cuba and when it comes to communism.
Right. Yeah. See, you're a glass full guy. See what you did there? You spun it around. You looked at the 382 that voted for the resolution, not the 40 voting against it. See, that's a good thing. All right, Matt Caldwell joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. One of the other stories that I wanted to mention this morning. Oh, hey, by the way, I have to go back to, because this is funny, and I didn't bring it up earlier in this story. The Republicans outnumbering Democrats in Florida. The story I saw on the news press, and the picture in the news press, it says it's got clipboards with big. You see, it's register to vote now in the news press. And then if you read the from the Naples Daily News, and you read underneath the picture, the caption says, clipboards with registration information sit on the table at Silver Spot Cinema, North Naples on Monday, June 25th, 2018. Governor DeSantis said Friday that the number of registered Republicans in Florida had surpassed Democrats for the first time in state history. And the clipboards are register to vote now, March for Our Lives, Road to Change, March for Our Lives. So you know who March for Our Lives, it's the radicals, that are out there that were talking during the summer of 2018. That's your clipboard. That's your picture. You couldn't find a picture with registering to vote. Just a plain registration or something. It had to be that picture. Sorry, I just thought that was funny.
Listen, it certainly matches with what you think the ideology is. But honestly, Drew, it kind of feels like kicking a horse when they're down with the news press at this point. They literally may not have been able to afford a reporter to go take a new picture. I mean, the 3-year-old picture may be the best one they got.
Yeah, that's not nice, but it's true. But anyway, all right, we're moving on. Listen, I don't care what side you're on. Again, going back to that, from a close victory in 2018 to the opposition giving up in 3 years, the story about no $1 million checks, Democrat governors may sit out Florida. We talked about it last week, and the DGA, there they are saying, yeah, maybe we got other places we could spend our money.
Yeah, the Democratic Governors Association looks at this field, the field that you and I have been talking about for most of this year, and says, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to beat Ron DeSantis, certainly not with these candidates. And part of it is just the fiscal reality. Florida is a very expensive state. I think Governor DeSantis and his friends of Ron DeSantis has north of 60 million already, which sounds like a lot, but in a state of 24 million people, you're still not really talking about spending that much when you got to buy TV advertisement in Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, Miami, Fort Myers. It gets expensive very quickly. And so if you are the Democrats and you see what happened last Tuesday in Virginia and nearly losing in New Jersey, winning that by a whisker, you got to think, all right, the money we got in the bank, we got to make sure we don't lose Illinois and New York and Connecticut. Do we really have an extra 100 million laying around to take a long shot gamble on this race in Florida, where the incumbent is really clearly doing all the things right when it comes to getting reelected?
It's just unbelievable. It really is. And by the way, in case you're wondering, the latest St. Leo poll for 22 in the governor's race, DeSantis 47, Chris 35. That's plus 12. DeSantis against Nikki Fried, marijuana. Nikki Fried, somebody you I think you've heard of her. 46 to 33%, 13 points. Ron DeSantis, Annette Taddeo, 47 to 28, 19 points. That's a lot, and I don't see it moving for any reason, unless Charlie Crist is going to do he's going to be a Democrat and the Whig Party at the same time, and then be able to add the votes afterwards. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's how that works.
Well, it is a great sign. It's definitely a good position to be in a year out. That you make a joke about it, but the thing to note there is that the governor's getting 46, 47 pretty consistently, and his advisors, I'm sure, are focused on how do we get that number over 50%, right? If we get that number to 51, then it closes the door on any kind of, does a third party split up the vote? Do we have some weird thing happen where 3 or 4% of the electorate really gets been out of shape in the next 12 months? They're focused on getting that number north of 50% and closing the door on this race for good.
That is, that's a lot to take in and good stuff to take in, and a lesson, a lesson for the rest of the country, a lesson for this state. I would hope it's a lesson when we have session in Tallahassee for some Republicans in the fight, and not to take advantage. I mean, not the advantage, but to take for granted a lot of this love and the numbers and everything else, and to keep an eye on that and what is going on here in this state. It's good stuff. All right, Matt Caldwell joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I appreciate you, sir. Have a great day.
Always a pleasure, Drew.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Crash over at 82 in Daniels looks like it's clearing up, but still seeing major backups at that busy intersection. So watch out for slowdowns westbound on Daniels Parkway, as well as westbound on 82 heading toward the Gunnery Road intersection. Those Daniels delays continue all the way through Gateway Boulevard. Just typical morning volume building up out there, backing up traffic. We also have a crash right near North Fort Myers High School. That's over at Orange Grove Boulevard and Pondella Road. Still seeing delays also if you're heading out through 41 Business 41 at North Tamiami Trail and Pine Island Road in North Fort Myers because of a hit-and-run crash. And in Collier County, seeing delays eastbound on Immokalee Road all the way from Immokalee at 75 through Collier Boulevard because of a disabled vehicle at Logan Boulevard, just causing a lot of backed-up traffic out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea, Week News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Look for a mix of sun and clouds today, and we should be a little bit warmer after another cool start. Highs back into the lower 80s across the area, with winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into tonight. Lows near 62, waking up on your Wednesday. A stray shower now to the question for tomorrow with a high of 84 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon. I'm Wink News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News, and we've been right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Let me tell you how terrible my eyesight was before I had the LASIK procedure done with Dr. France and his team here in Southwest Florida. I'd basically have to hold my phone or a book about 3 inches from my face just to be able to read it. Forget about seeing the alarm clock when I woke up in the morning. My eyesight was terrible. The LASIK procedure is amazing, and it will change your life. Here's the deal. Dr. Franz and his team are the first to bring the SMILE procedure to Southwest Florida. This is the latest technology in laser vision correction. The results are a lot like LASIK, but with a smaller incision and no flap, and that means lower incidence of dry eye syndrome. The LASIK procedure is amazing. It changed my life. Let it change yours. Find out if you qualify by dialing *2020 from your mobile phone. Financing is available and affordable. Again, call Dr. France and his team. Just dial *2020 from your mobile phone.
Friends, I care.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that 200,000 illegal aliens are crossing our border every month? That's like adding a medium-sized American city every single month. That's not a failure, it's an agenda. The Biden administration knows that open borders means more Democrat voters. We aren't losing our country, we're giving it away. But recently I stood beside Governor DeSantis, right here in Lee County, as he announced his plan to fully mobilize all state resources to fight this illegal invasion. He issued an executive order to cut off state support for resettlement of illegals. He ordered a review of compliance with E-Verify and directed our law enforcement to detain any vehicles transporting illegals. America is a nation of immigrants, but it's also a nation of laws, and Florida has a zero-tolerance policy for those who disregard our laws and disrespect our sovereignty. This is Spencer Roach, and I'm proud to stand with the governor to fight back against the Biden border crisis. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Seems like everything is overpriced these days, right? It's called market inflation. Aaron Walker here at Naples Nissan with some suggestions to help you take some air out of that inflation. Current gas prices? Ouch. Regular service checkups and maintenance will help you get better gas mileage. Get a free 20-minute checkup at Naples Nissan. All makes and models are welcome. Plus, get our $99 Inflation Fighter Alignment Special. And of course, you can still get the original base MSRP for your trade-in. That's right, Southwest Florida. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, then whatever it was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. And remember, folks, it doesn't matter when or where you originally bought that trade-in from. Come see us on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. See dealer for details.
COVID hospitalizations of young people have tripled since start of summer. So talk to your doctor if you've got vaccine questions. We can't do this. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Crash over at 82 in Daniels. Looks like it's clearing up, but still seeing major backups at that busy intersection. So watch out for slowdowns westbound on Daniels Parkway, as well as westbound on 82, heading toward the Gunnery Road intersection. Those Daniels delays continue all the way through Gateway Boulevard. Just typical morning volume building up out there, backing up traffic. We also have a crash right near North Fort Myers High School. That's over at Orange Grove Boulevard and Pondella Road. Still seeing delays also if you're heading out through 41, Business 41 at North Tamiami Trail and Pine Island Road in North Fort Myers because of a hit-and-run crash. And in Collier County, seeing delays eastbound on Immokalee Road all the way from Immokalee at 75 through Collier Boulevard because of a disabled vehicle at Logan Boulevard, just causing a lot of backed-up traffic out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea, Week News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
after a cool start to the day, we should be actually a little bit warmer today compared to yesterday, with many of us right back into the lower 80s under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for those winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday night. Partly cloudy sky with lows waking up to near 62 degrees. Could be looking at a stray shower tomorrow afternoon as we top off near 84 degrees. Look for isolated rain chances returning Thursday and Friday ahead of our next cold front that should be passing through for Saturday and leaving us cooler and drier by the end of the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing and Gutters. Get your mind out of the gutters. We are proud to announce the addition of our seamless aluminum gutter division. Contact our team for your free quote. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Forget the senseless talk. You need news and information, and you need it now.
Wink News now. Wink News now.
The most comprehensive, most trusted, and coming to you first.
Breaking right now at 3.
We know you'll agree. The place to be at 3 is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Don't read it when you're hungry because the recipe's incredible.
This must be the place for a book celebration as famed author Harlan Coben interviews Rach.
Let's get serious for a moment. When the world started to close down, you actually said in this book you felt a little anxious.
Then, we're rolling closer to Thanksgiving. And
I would walk 30-minute meals while doing my homework.
Rach gives thanks to a big fan. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, weekday mornings at 11 on the CW.
When it comes to business news, Gulf Shore Business covers Gulf Shore businesses like nobody's business. Daily coverage of local breaking business news you can't get anywhere else. Subscribe today for the free daily Gulf Shore Business newsletter at gulfshorebusiness.com.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident. You will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
When you want the very best for your home, there's only one name that stands alone. Hardware and glass in harmony. No frames, no mess. You'll love what you see. Quality, style, and huge selection. Give your bath the look of perfection. Want to see more? Go to my shower door.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later. Because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're Hodges Funeral Home at Naples Memorial Gardens. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings Sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clocks and experience the Fab Four, America's ultimate Beatles tribute, live at Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall at FSW December 1st. Tickets on sale online at bbmanpah.com, by phone at 481-4849, or at the box office. Relive the 60s and 70s with this year-for-year Beatles replication, playing some of the greatest songs of all time. The Fab Four, December 1st.
Hey, we can't thank you enough, everybody who has been working so hard to get those Christmas cards together for our men and women serving overseas. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. Thank you so much for doing what you do and helping to make this all happen. Hopefully Friday we'll have some numbers, and we're really excited about it. And I really believe that we could probably hit 10,000 this week and then some. I'm hopeful that we're going to break records for the amount of cards we'll get out this week. You can text the word troops to 239-479-5592 in case you want to get the address once again, and drop them off at any one of Mel's Diner locations, so we appreciate you doing that. All right, a couple of things I wanted to mention. I'm going to get to something that I wanted to talk about yesterday, but I missed out on, which is the train wreck of this Rittenhouse trial, of the prosecution specifically, and how you just can't, the court of public opinion and the media is not where you go to try a case. CNN, thank you very much. And some disturbing things that have been happening with the case as well. We're going to get to that in just a second. But of course, the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill that is passed thanks to the Republicans, the 13 Republicans who helped to save the whole process. And, you know, as everybody is talking about how great this is, Democrats at least are doing this, they didn't address one of the big things that has been hurting the American people. And supposedly, if you're talking about infrastructure, if you're really going to spend money on something to help, you would imagine that this is the place to spend it. And it has to do with the supply chain issues and all the problems that are happening at the terminals in California. You know, here in the state of Florida, we're like, open it up, bring them over here. Come on, we're ready to go. And we'll help out. But in California, you know, in LA and Long Beach, I guess they're only operating weekdays. They're not doing overnights. They try to do the 24/7 operations, but all they did was add a couple of weekend shifts. Long Beach is the only port that's able to get a weekend overnight shift, with everything else is going to be determined. But one of the problems that was mentioned, Hot Air did a story on this, and that the major issue right now has to do with union power. International longshore and warehouse unions are telling NBC that their workers wanted to be on the job longer, but ultimately blamed the port operators and other parts of the supply chain, contrary to complaints made by truck drivers to NBC News and the Washington Examiner about long waits for cargo. I mean, it's a hot mess over there. And then another problem involves government inspectors of the cargo. But the Customs and Border Patrol officials who have to clear and admit goods don't work nights or weekends. These limits create additional pressures to have goods shipped to the U.S. during a prohibitive time frame, or leave ships idling around the ports until they can get in. The latter is the most common response. Recently, ships have been waiting an average of 12 and a half days to enter the port. And again, nothing from CBP, nothing from anybody in D.C., and nothing from this infrastructure deal that is going to help to solve this. And not that money necessarily money necessarily could solve everything. It depends on who you ask, and there's plenty of people that will tell you as much. But again, how you got an infrastructure bill going towards building facilities or whatever, but what are we doing about the issue right now at this moment in time? It's just, it's frustrating to say the least. On top of the fact that you have Republicans who decided to join with Democrats and give them a victory, and certainly the squad, that has been frustrating. You know, one of the other things that has been quite the deal to watch has been the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And it's been a tough time for the prosecution. They are a hot mess. The prosecution lost in an early ruling that they could not refer to the people shot by Rittenhouse as victims because the Rittenhouse team was arguing self-defense, so it would be prejudicial to the case. So that was the first loss. And then in an opening statement, the lead prosecutor claimed that Joseph Rosenbaum was one of the people that Rittenhouse shot, was being chased by Rittenhouse into a parking lot before the shooting. But you come to find out, thanks to videos, that immediately before the shooting, it was Rosenbaum who was chasing Rittenhouse. So there is a big loss. So what happened next? Now you have the prosecutor who was trying to get the Daily Caller's Richie McGinnis to say that Rosenbaum, the person that was shot, was already falling to the ground when he was shot. And you have to keep in mind that McGinnis is supposed to be the prosecution's witness. The prosecution's witness. And you're about to hear what he said. And that wasn't his testimony. That Rosenbaum was lunging at Rittenhouse. So you have a prosecutor who's bringing on a witness who's going against their case. Listen to what was said.
So your interpretation of what he was trying to do or what he was intending to do or anything along those lines is complete guesswork, isn't it?
Well, he said you, and then he reached for the weapon.
Let's talk about that.
So there it is. So McGinnis looks at the prosecutor and he's like, yeah, no. He said you, and then reach for the weapon. So there's the prosecutor bringing a witness on to try to make his case, and the witness destroyed the case. It just got worse. But I guess the point of this is that this case has been a disaster since the beginning. The judge, the prosecutors, everything has been just crazy. But again, you've got people who wanted to try the Rittenhouse case in the media and the court of public opinion without going through all the video and all the evidence and all the witnesses, and a prosecution who is just a hot mess. Now, that may seem like it's the end of the story, but it's not, because there's a major part of this story that's being left out. And it's really concerning, and it happened day before yesterday. I want you to listen to this audio, because this is the kind of thing that people worry about all the time lately, because there are individuals who are going to do their best to try to make, well, let's just say, if they don't get the results that they're after, they're going to make sure that in some way, shape, or form that they will. So George Floyd's nephew, Cortez Rice, put out I guess it was, I don't know if it was a tweet, I don't know if it was on TikTok, I'm not sure where this was specifically. But I want you to listen to what he says about the Rittenhouse case. Listen to this.
I ain't even gonna name the people that I know that's up in the Kenosha trial. But there's cameras in there. There's definitely cameras up in there, and there's definitely people taking pictures of the juries and everything like that. We know what's going on. So we need the same results, man. We need the same results. Justice for Dante Wright, justice for Austin. We need the same results. And there's pictures being taken, and he knows that there are people that are in there taking pictures of the jurors. So you have George Floyd's nephew now who is on video, who is threatening to dox jurors if they don't convict. Do you see what's happening here? That this is where we are. So not only do we have a court of public opinion who wanted to make the case,
and make the case about Rittenhouse and what they believe he did and his motivation, and wasn't concerned about a day in court. They already had their decision made. But now we have others who are claiming that if they don't get the decision that they want, that they are going to go out and dox, and they have pictures of the jurors. Do you know how damaging that is? And what we are looking at in the future when it comes to jurors, people who could be on a jury, and what they will be thinking the whole time, and the concerns about those kind of threats. How awful that is, and outrageous. You would assume that when somebody is saying something like that, that the FBI would be involved, and you might want to have something to say or report that. Hopefully somebody did. Man, to think that we are at that place right now is certainly scary. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. The website still has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. I'm trying to say some of the other headlines that are going on. There's a lot more. Man, there's a lot of Bitcoin news out there. I know we talked a little bit about it, but Peter Thiel is warning that Bitcoin exposes the current crisis moment in the most honest market we have is the crypto market. So there is word on that coming out. Regeneron shares now are surging. For the third time in about a month, another major pharmaceutical competitor has released a new COVID cure. In this case, it's Regeneron's long-awaited COVID antibody cocktail purportedly cut infection risk by 81%. Not much as much as Pfizer's pill, but more than Merck's. So we have another product that's in the works for a long time and was used on an experimental basis. You remember the former president, Trump, was sickened with the virus and was brought to Walter Reed and got Regeneron. And so now we have all this research that's going on. And yeah, so no, he didn't use Regeneron. It was remdesivir. Wasn't that what he was at the time, I believe? Yeah. It was remdesivir, right? But, yeah, so now, since then, phase 3 trial data released by the company is showing that a single dose of Regeneron could reduce risk by 81% during a pre-specified follow-up, maintaining that 81% risk reduction previously reported during the month of follow-up. So there's news there on the pharmaceutical front and some of the therapies, and again, man, I don't know how many times that we can mention this. The importance of having therapies and options that are out there to combat the vid. It's critical. And the idea of vaccine mandating it when we know how the vaccine works like a therapy and how there are other therapies that are out there, and knowing your own health conditions is always going to be front and center in the news, talking about specifically how people feel when it comes to mandating anything, masks or vaccines. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website still has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News.
Crash over at 82 in Daniels. Looks like it's clearing up, but still seeing major backups at that busy intersection. So watch out for slowdowns westbound on Daniels Parkway, as well as westbound on 82, heading toward the Gunnery Road intersection. Those Daniels delays continue all the way through Gateway Boulevard. Just typical morning volume building up out there, backing up traffic. We also have a crash right near North Fort Myers High School. That's over at Orange Grove Boulevard and Pondella Road. Still seeing delays also if you're heading out through 41 Business 41 at North Tamiami Trail and Pine Island Road in North Fort Myers because of a hit-and-run crash. And in Collier County, seeing delays eastbound on Immokalee Road all the way from Immokalee at 75 through Collier Boulevard because of a disabled vehicle at Logan Boulevard, just causing a lot of backed-up traffic out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea, Week News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
for a mix of sun and clouds today, and we should be a little bit warmer after another cool start. Highs back into the lower 80s across the area, with winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into tonight, lows near 62, waking up on your Wednesday. A stray shower now to the question for tomorrow with a high of 84 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you, with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
It's time to drive in first-class style in a brand-new Genesis luxury sedan or SUV. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation for two very good reasons: our professional sales staff and our incredible selection. Like the all-new Genesis GV70, named Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, it features incredible performance, athletic styling, and superior technology. Or check out the all-new Genesis GV80, luxurious and pushes the limits of style and performance with all-road capability and show-stopping design. Also, according to J.D. Power, the G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper mid-size premium cars. Test drive a G80 and see for yourself. Genesis of Naples needs to be your first choice for luxury. So please visit us on Airport Road or online at genesisofnaples.com.
Based on January 2021 retail sales. For J.D. Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
All right, let's go to Stephanie. Stephanie's in Cape Coral, I believe. Good morning, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics and more. You get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree question. Starts right now. Hey, Stephanie, why do we have 57 stars on the flag of the United States?
We don't. We only have 50.
Oh, gosh. Okay, that's right. I'm thinking Barack Obama. I'm so sorry. 50. Why do we have 50? Why do we have 50?
Represents each state.
That is correct. That is correct. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if we get a bachelor's degree on this question. Let's see. How many Supreme Court justices are there right now?
9.
That is correct. All right, you got a bachelor's degree. Yeah, we'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. 3 rights were declared in the Declaration of Independence. There were 3 of them. Right there, Declaration of Independence. Those rights are what?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Woo! That is correct. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Ooh, this might be tricky. Okay, because, you're one of those smarty pants there. Which American...
No, just don't ask me about vice presidents. I don't know anything about any of them.
Okay, well, let's ask you this question about vice presidents. No, just kidding.
Oh, no.
All right, this is multiple choice. Which American president was the first to have a phone on their desk in the White House? The first American president to have a phone on their desk. Was it Woodrow Wilson, Herbert Hoover, or Thomas Jefferson?
Are
you okay? Was it a...
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Sorry, okay.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's a...
I'm going to say Woodrow Wilson.
No, it was Herbert Hoover in 1929. Yeah.
Goodness.
They used to have a phone booth in the hallway outside the Oval Office. How about that?
They made him get up to go answer it?
Yeah, I'm just thinking the phone booth is kind of really odd. Yeah, it's wonder if Joe Biden would like to have that back. Anyway, we move on. Well, congratulations. You got yourself a master's degree today on Drew's College, so you should be pretty impressed, feeling good, and making your way into a Tuesday with that tucked away in your back pocket. How about that?
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
Oh, you have a blessed day as well. It's great to speak with you. All right, we do it each and every day this time, so we'll do it again tomorrow. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Dr. Alan Rembos takes the pain out of going to the dentist. His advanced technology and no-ouch anesthetic system is used for all treatments. Dr. Rembos places and restores implants right in the office. You'll love the comfort of computerized anesthetic, the ultimate in patient comfort. A Northwestern University graduate, Dr. Rembos was voted 2018 top dentist by Gulf Shore Life. Go to smilesbyrembos.com for the location nearest to you, with locations in Naples, Sanibel, and Marco Island.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up, this message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
It remains blocked. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what the Justice Department claims, responding to a court that halted a looming COVID vaccine mandate on workers in private companies with at least 100 employees.
After numerous lawsuits to halt the mandate's implementation, which the White House is defending.
The administration clearly has the authority to protect workers, and actions announced by the president are designed to save lives.
But one restaurant group CEO is warning this could put people out of business.
It's up to 36 lawsuits planned in Houston over the Astro World Music Festival, where 8 people died as the crowd rushed the stage. Hundreds were injured, including a 9-year-old boy hospitalized in a coma. His grandfather, Vernon Blunt, says,
"My son couldn't breathe because of all the pressure that was being applied to him, and he passed out. And when he passed out, Ezra fell into the crowd."
The House committee investigating the January Capitol riot has issued 6 more subpoenas. Among those, Democrats want to testify
former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and Trump campaign notables William Stepien, Jason Miller, and Angela McCallum. The former president has urged some allies to defy subpoenas, citing executive privilege.
Fox's Gernal Scott. 4 astronauts are getting used to gravity again. Fox's Eben Brown explains live.
Yeah, Dave, a SpaceX capsule brought home 4 astronauts who spent 200 days aboard the International Space Station. They splashed down in the Gulf of Mexico last night, south of Pensacola. The crew needed to wear diapers due to a malfunctioning toilet aboard the capsule, and while one of the giant parachutes opened slowly, the other 3 did their jobs, providing a safe and soft landing. Another SpaceX Dragon with the toilet problem fixed is due to launch tomorrow, Dave.
But an American company that's been around a long time, General Electric, is splitting itself up. GE will be separated into 3 public companies. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Crash over at 82 in Daniels. Looks like it's clearing up, but still seeing major backups at that busy intersection. So watch out for slowdowns westbound on Daniels Parkway, as well as westbound on 82, heading toward the Gunnery Road intersection. Those Daniels delays continue all the way through Gateway Boulevard. Just typical morning volume building up out there, backing up traffic. We also have a crash right near North Fort Myers High School. That's over at Orange Grove Boulevard and Pondella Road. Still seeing delays also if you're heading out through 41 Business 41 at North Tamiami Trail and Pine Island Road in North Fort Myers because of a hit-and-run crash. And in Collier County, seeing delays eastbound on Immokalee Road all the way from Immokalee at 75 through Collier Boulevard because of a disabled vehicle at Logan Boulevard, just causing a lot of backed-up traffic out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cool start to the day, we should be actually a little bit warmer today compared to yesterday, with many of us right back into the lower 80s under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for those winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday night. Partly cloudy sky with lows waking up to near 62 degrees. Could be looking at a stray shower tomorrow afternoon as we top off near 84 degrees. Look for isolated rain chances returning Thursday and Friday ahead of our next cold front that should be passing through for Saturday and leaving us cooler and drier by the end of the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Did you know people drive from all over Florida to save money on diamonds?
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and we have thousands of diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, half carat to 10 carats. Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States.
And offer prices 30 to 50% lower than other jewelers, where overhead cost is very high. Duncan's Diamonds hand-picks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best.
We want you to find that diamond that you really love today and save.
And at Duncan's Diamonds, we have spectacular financing and layaway plans, including no or low interest.
A $2,000 engagement ring is only $66 a month. A $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings is just $84 a month. Best prices guaranteed, low monthly payments, a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. We want you to find the diamond you love today and save.
Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
Guys take pride in their performance, and they love talking about it.
How about we talk about my golf handicap or that new deck I just built by myself?
And guys are especially proud of their performance in the bedroom, unless, of course, that's an issue.
Let's talk about sports or something.
But what about
Look, I said sports.
Don't let erectile dysfunction rob you of your sex life or your pride. Call the Fort Myers Men's Clinic now at 239-317-7777 and find out about Pulse ED, the revolutionary ED treatment that can fully restore your sexual function without needles or surgery. In just 6 quick, easy, non-invasive sessions, Pulse ED can restore your performance and your pride.
My bedroom's rocking now. You want to hear about it?
No, we can't do that on the radio.
You sure? Because I really want to talk about it.
No, we're good. To schedule your Pulse ED consultation, call 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777. Or visit FortMyersMen'sClinic.com.
Get up and go now, so you can go tonight.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program, subscribing to the podcast. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. We also appreciate you getting all of those Christmas cards together with a warm message inside for our men and women serving overseas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know there are many coming. We're already hearing about all the groups and organizations that are getting their cards together. So thank you so much for that. By the way, the Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida, big thanks to Mel's for being a part of it as well. You can drop off your cards there. And we're excited about this year, of course. Looking forward to the biggest year ever, 10,000 for the troops. We will do it together. All right, a couple of things that I wanted to get to this morning. I did hear there's a possibility we may have Lisa Booth on the show today to talk a little bit about vaccine mandates and some of the things that are going on with her. She's been getting a lot of grief, as you probably have heard about, because she is someone who decided that she is not going to vaccinate, and she is getting all kinds of pushback. And so we're going to have a conversation with her, I believe, coming up at 8:35. So hopefully that will happen. We'll see. But I did have to mention this, through all of last week, we were hearing about the jobs report and some of the good news on Friday before we left the program. Mike Opelka was talking about some of the good news that we were hearing and trying to be optimistic about everything. But a couple of things did happen. First of all, why did the jobs report add 531,000 in October and 235,000 in revisions? Like, how did that happen? This story came out at hotair.com that it seems really odd that the October jobs report, typically you'll see numbers will be revised up or down. There'll be revisions. But the idea that there were 6-digit revisions, like 117,000 revised up from 366,000 for August, September at 118,000. The only reason why I'm bringing this up because as I've talked to people over the weekend, and they were talking about how the GDP report was saying a 2.0% annualized growth. So it was logical, the numbers we first heard about. But how do you have that kind of growth and then talk about these revisions? It just is weird, and when you got Joe Biden, who's not even sure how to explain supply chains and the crisis that is happening. And what was it just a couple of days ago where he was trying to explain to everybody that, America maybe is not exactly intelligent when it comes to this thing.
And so people are worried. People are also worried about, coming up, they don't, understandably. Why is the price of agricultural products, when I go to the store, why is it higher? For example, if we were all going out and having lunch together and I said, let's ask whoever's in the next table, no matter what restaurant we're in, have them explain the supply chain to us. Think they'd understand what we're talking about?
What are you talking? It almost sounds as if he's saying that he doesn't understand what is going on. Like he's the one that is ignorant. So he's trying to say that the American people are not smart enough to understand what supply chain is. We've been talking about it on this show. I talk to people about what the supply chain is. They understand. Maybe it's just that he doesn't understand. But again, it's all about how you're not going to get that everything is just fine, that we're doing okay and everything is good and wages are going up, right? He talked about how wages are going up. You know, if inflation is going up the way it is and your wages are going up, gee, I wonder if it's keeping up with the inflation. Yeah, it's not. It's not keeping up with inflation at all. And so you just have a lot of strange things going on lately, even when it comes to energy in this country. When you have Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm, who was laughing when asked about Biden's plan to bring gas prices down. She thinks this is funny.
In Sturgis, Michigan, it is $2.89 a gallon. I guess that's better than in California. What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Would that I had the magic wand on this, as you know.
Yeah, well, you may have the magic wand on this, and so does the president has the magic wand on this. This is about getting out of the way and not doing things like shutting down pipelines and not being able to refine gasoline and not being able to, refine oil into gasoline and not being able to get the oil out of the ground. They do have something to do with it, and there are policies that they could put in place, like staying out of the way, but they choose not to. And again, because they're chasing this Green New Deal, the kind of Green New Deal light that we got from the infrastructure bill that we talked about yesterday, and all of that could be coming up again. But this idea that they can't do anything, and you have the Saudis who are like laughing at us right now, and they're looking and saying, listen, I don't know what you're talking about. Your energy crisis is now a problem, and they have no intention on helping us. So we have to now depend on OPEC in ways that we haven't done in a few years because of the energy independence we've been able to enjoy from the former president. And now we can't do that. And we have OPEC who is saying, good luck with that. And then you have Senators Edward Markey and Jeff Merkley introducing a new bill. This is really good. This goes right into the Jennifer Granholm, hey, what are we supposed to do? That's funny. We can't do anything. Are you ready for this? They have a bill that they want to move forward. Listen, which would require the Federal Reserve to mandate that major banks stop the financing of projects that emit greenhouse gas emissions. How do you think that's going to go? So it would prohibit financing of new or expanded fossil fuel projects by 2022 and prohibit the financing of all fossil fuel projects by 2030. This is what they want to move forward. And also, it would prohibit thermal coal financing by 2025. So we're trying to figure this all out. If you are laughing and you're joking, you're saying, what am I supposed to do about that? How could I possibly do anything about that? It's hilarious. It's a joke, right? Let's laugh.
In America.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
It's hilarious. That's right. There's nothing we can do. Right, but you have the Democrats who are like, oh, there's something we could do. Oh, not to make it better, to make it worse. Can you imagine? Less development, lower supply, higher and higher prices. Keep it going, baby. And keep those prices jumping as high as you possibly can. Listen, they're not going to help. They have no intention on helping. And again, it's the maximum amount of pain they could put on the American people to, again, sign off on deals and plans that are going to be against our better interest. And certainly when it comes to our energy independence, yeah, you think we're going to get that out of Democrats? No, we're just asking. I mean, this is the logical question. If you're a Democrat and you're listening to this show, explain that to me. What are the policies that you've done so far to ensure that we are going to be energy independent and that sooner or later, someday, we'll be able to enter an era, a place where we will have energy the way you want, that you're looking at, wind and solar and the like, that won't result in some of the disasters that we are having right now, that maybe we will be able to get to that place. But as long as we are powering up electric vehicles with coal-fired power plants, as long as we have countries like China who have absolutely no intention on doing the things that you're talking about and are going to continue to have a carbon footprint that's the size of, well, this country and then some, then let's not get too dramatic. 239-479-5592. Oh, hey, speaking of financially, what is going on and some of the things that are popping lately, this is Jake the Millennial's favorite topic. It's Bitcoin. Anything crypto. He's perking up right there. So apparently Joe Rogan, the world's most successful podcaster and comedian, has accepted a Bitcoin payment of $100,000. Now, you may not think that's that big a deal, but this is the same person who not too long ago was bashing Bitcoin. And he was talking about how he was going to now take, not American money. He was going to be taking Bitcoin. And he was trying to brush off some of the people on his podcast. But the fact that he has taken a different stance on Bitcoin now, again, these are the little battles that sometimes, you're hearing me talking about this. You still don't know what Bitcoin is. You're not really sure what's going on with it. You don't understand cryptocurrencies, but you know that there's $1.2 trillion right now as we speak plus, and it keeps going up every day. That is invested in Bitcoin. So it's real that the more you hear about that and you're not sure what's going on, understand that these stories mean something, because just like in social media, just like in Hollywood, when you have these social media influencers, when you have people who are influencers like Joe Rogan is, when you have influencers that are starting to do things to help to mainstream products, or whether it's health and fitness or self-improvement, or whether it's Bitcoin, if you're doing something like that and you're starting to help to mainstream this more and to influence, that means something, because ultimately that's where you get more and more people who are going to look at it, who are going to want to find out about it, who are going to ask questions about it, and possibly even start to invest themselves. And then again, that changes a lot about the universe of banking, how we do business into the future, and something to keep an eye on. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching the program, subscribing to the podcast. And again, thank you so much to everybody who already is moving the needle with 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. I'm thinking probably the end of the week. I guess that's what we'll do, Jake. I guess at the end of the week, we'll probably have our first count. Get some numbers, get some early prelims, and see if we can get close to that 10,000 mark. Your church, organization, school, business. Don't forget 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. That's the address if you want to mail them in. You could text the word troops to 239-479-5592. This way, you will have the address at your fingertips, and you can keep it handy. So when you're ready to send them out, you can do that. And also, don't forget Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida. Thank you to Mel's. You can drop them off there. And Kim Gade and everybody helping out at Lee Health to vet the cards and get them out by December 3rd, everyone. December 3rd is the cutoff date. Don't forget it. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Crash over at 82 in Daniels. Looks like it's clearing up, but still seeing major backups at that busy intersection. So watch out for slowdowns westbound on Daniels Parkway, as well as westbound on 82 heading toward the Gunnery Road intersection. Those Daniels delays continue all the way through Gateway Boulevard. Just typical morning volume building up out there, backing up traffic. We also have a crash right near North Fort Myers High School. That's over at Orange Grove Boulevard and Pondella Road. Still seeing delays also if you're heading out through 41 Business 41 at North Tamiami Trail and Pine Island Road in North Fort Myers because of a hit-and-run crash. And in Collier County, seeing delays eastbound on Immokalee Road all the way from Immokalee at 75 through Collier Boulevard because of a disabled vehicle at Logan Boulevard, just causing a lot of backed-up traffic out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Week News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Look for a mix of sun and clouds today, and we should be a little bit warmer after another cool start. Highs back into the lower 80s across the area, with winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into tonight. Lows near 62, waking up on your Wednesday. A stray shower now to the question for tomorrow with the high of 84 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon. I'm Wink News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You know, joint relief doesn't have to mean drugs and surgery. Now there's a better alternative that patients are raving about. Hey, it's Drew Steele from my friends at QC Kinetics, local medical professionals using natural biologic treatments. Highly concentrated healing properties from your own body put directly into the affected joint, restoring and repairing damaged tissue the way your body was designed to heal. If you're tired of the Band-Aid solutions like drugs and steroids, and you really want to avoid surgery, you need to check out QC Kinetics. Regenerative, restorative, natural treatments for knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, pain in your hips. Don't continue to suffer. And don't go in for surgery until you check this out. See it for yourself. See if you're a candidate. QC Kinetics. Call 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Get ready for a night of solid gold with the Temptations and the Four Tops. Same night, same stage. Friday, December 3rd, Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. The Temptations and the Four Tops together live. Reserve seats on sale now at bbmanpah.com or call 481-4849.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality hurricane-rated high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, once again, I cannot thank you enough, everybody, Southwest Florida, for getting involved with 10,000 for the troops. And once again, and by the way, if you have your church, your organization, your school, your business, if you are getting involved in and doing that together with a bunch of folks here in Southwest Florida, I'd love to hear from you. If you want to call or text at 239-479-5592, and we'd love to recognize you and hear from you and know that you're doing that, because we're excited that you're getting those cards together for our men and women serving overseas for Christmas with a warm message inside. Remember, no glitter, right? No glitter in those cards. We've got a vet 'em Kim Gade over at Lee Health is going to be vetting the cards with a great group of volunteers every year, and we have a cutoff date of December 3rd. So make sure you get them together by then. You can drop them off at any one of Mel's Diner locations across Southwest Florida as well, so you're good there. But again, if you're someone who has got a group and organization together, we'd love to recognize your business, your school, your organization, whatever it is. So feel free to call or text or even email Drew at 925foxnews.com, Drew at 925foxnews.com. Love to talk about you and say thank you personally. So certainly you can do that. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. You can text the word troops if you want to 239-479-5592 to get the address on your phone. And, of course, Mel's Diner location's a big thank you. And thank you to you, Southwest Florida. All right, let's take a break. It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is what you've been waiting for. Craig Cat is coming to the Fort Myers Boat Show. You should know the name, Craig Cat, offering all the amenities you'd find in a larger boat, like comfortable side-by-side seating, stereo, GPS navigation, lights, and much more. All this on an easy-to-handle, super stable, and unsinkable compact power boat. See Craig Cat at the show November the 11th through the 14th, space number 102, or call 1-833-CRAIG-CAT. Come see what's new with the Craig Cat for 2022. Visit online at CraigCat.com. Craig Cat.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
In life, it's best to have options. The more options, the better. But the one-size-fits-all approach is never an effective way to get the best possible outcome, especially when it comes to erectile dysfunction and intimacy with the one you love. The Fort Myers Men's Clinic Group has successfully treated over 20,000 ED patients. We know better than anyone that a one-trick pony or a Me Too doctor's office doesn't work with men, and that's why men choose the Fort Myers Men's Clinic. We offer many different FDA-approved options to resolve your ED, not just one, and they're all administered by a Florida licensed medical physician. No matter your age or your medical condition, only the best clinical options to help determine what's best for you. If you're struggling with ED, don't trust the one-trick ponies. Trust the Fort Myers Men's Clinic. After all, 20,000 men can't be wrong. Call today for an appointment at 239-317-7777. That's 317-7777 or FortMyersMen'sClinic.com.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard.
It's time to drive in first-class style in a brand-new Genesis luxury sedan or SUV. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation for two very good reasons: our professional sales staff and our incredible selection. Like the all-new Genesis GV70, named Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, it features incredible performance, athletic styling, and superior technology. Or check out the all-new Genesis GV80, luxurious and pushes the limits of style and performance with all-road capability and show-stopping design. Also, according to J.D. Power, the G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper mid-size premium cars. Test drive a G80 and see for yourself. Genesis of Naples needs to be your first choice for luxury. So please visit us on Airport Road or online at genesisofnaples.com.
Based on January 2021 retail sales. For J.D. Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you, with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Crash over at 82 in Daniels. Looks like it's clearing up, but still seeing major backups at that busy intersection. So watch out for slowdowns westbound on Daniels Parkway, as well as westbound on 82, heading toward the Gunnery Road intersection. Those Daniels delays continue all the way through Gateway Boulevard. Just typical morning volume building up out there, backing up traffic. We also have a crash right near North Fort Myers High School. That's over at Orange Grove Boulevard and Pondella Road. Still seeing delays also if you're heading out through 41, Business 41 at North Tamiami Trail and Pine Island Road in North Fort Myers because of a hit-and-run crash. And in Collier County, seeing delays eastbound on Immokalee Road all the way from Immokalee at 75 through Collier Boulevard because of a disabled vehicle at Logan Boulevard, just causing a lot of backed-up traffic out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Theresa O'Shea. Week News now.
After a cool start to the day, we should be actually a little bit warmer today compared to yesterday, with many of us right back into the lower 80s under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for those winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday night. Partly cloudy sky with lows waking up to near 62 degrees. Could be looking at a stray shower tomorrow afternoon as we top off near 84 degrees. Look for isolated rain chances returning Thursday and Friday ahead of our next cold front that should be passing through for Saturday and leaving us cooler and drier by the end of the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Experience really does matter. Hi, this is Vincent Napoleon. We're currently experiencing a very different real estate market. Is this a bubble? Is it going to last? Should I sell now or should I buy now? With over 30 years of living and working right here in Collier County, I know I can help guide you through. If you're currently thinking about selling your home or buying a home, please reach out to me today. Recognized by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends magazine as one of the nation's top performing agents with a #1 firm, Coldwell Banker. You know, it costs you nothing to meet with me. but will cost you thousands not to. Please go to thatradioad.com, again, thatradioad.com, or feel free to email me at thatradioad@gmail.com, thatradioad@gmail.com. Vincent Napoleon, thank you.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
$10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. And of course, dropping them off at Mel's Diner locations. $10,000 for the troops. Let's see if we can get to $10,000 and then some this year. I do believe this year is going to be the biggest one. Come on, we can do it. Now, usually at this time, we do the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. But I have a chance to speak to a friend. Lisa Booth is getting ready to join us right now. Lisa Booth is amazing, Fox News contributor. She is fantastic. She's got her own podcast, The Truth with Lisa Booth, which is great as well. And I'll tell you what, she is a fighter and one person that when it comes to vaccine mandates has been very outspoken about what is going on, not being vaccinated herself and speaking out about this and the passion. And I'm a big fan of hers and the passion that she has. She is amazing. She's joining us this morning to talk about it on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Good morning, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm a fan of yours too, my friend. So thanks for having me on. But yeah, as you know, I'm very passionate about this issue as well. So we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I know. And I appreciate your passion too, because it is frustrating for many people when it comes to this mandate. And we'll get into the details of the mandate coming up in just a minute as well. But again, this idea that if somebody is to say, I choose not to have the vaccine, it is my choice. I've made the conscious decision looking at myself, my history, my medical history in consultation with my doctor. But then that there are people that are out there who would look and say, listen, that there's no other alternative. If my child wants to go to school, there's no other choice except they're going to have to get vaccinated. When there are choices, this job, I can't lose this job. When you do have other choices, it's not the only choice to be vaccinated. If somebody is telling you that the only way you can have that job is to get the jab.
Well, and it also doesn't make sense on its face. That's what really frustrates me is because when Joe Biden announced the mandates back in September, he said that bottom line, the point was to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers and also to stop the spread. But what have we seen? The vaccines don't stop the spread. And we've known this. I mean, we've known this going back in July when the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, said as much. She said that it wasn't that because of Delta, it wasn't stopping vaccinated people. She said, unlike with other variants, vaccinated people infected with COVID can transmit the virus. And the reason she made these comments is she was looking at, the CDC was looking at a study that was out of Provincetown in Massachusetts involving 469 cases, and 75% of the cases were fully vaccinated people. So that's when the CDC had made that update to their mask policy as well, of saying, oh, hey, actually, if you're fully vaccinated, you have to wear a mask. And that was because they were seeing that fully vaccinated people were getting COVID. So Joe Biden knew this. in September, right? So that was July. So he knew this in September when he went out and made those statements that, vaccinated people need to be protected from unvaccinated people when he made that statement. And then further, we have that study out of the Lancet recently saying that, looking at households and finding with Delta that vaccinated people are just as likely to spread the Delta variant than as unvaccinated people. So basically the whole premise of mandates is this idea that it's going to stop transmission when it doesn't.
Right.
So the point of it, it's rooted in a lie.
Right. And all the evidence that we have that we know right now about what it is and is not. And it gets to that whole idea that they're telling us exactly what to do. The experts that we're supposed to trust, who have given us no reason since day one to trust them as many times as they change their mind. Evidence, things that are out there that proves some of the points that they're trying to make to the contrary, that we're not allowed to talk about. And it's just not fair in all of this, especially when it comes down to the mandate.
Well, and not only that, but the purpose of the vaccines originally wasn't to stop transmission. And we know this because Pfizer's CEO last December of 2020, went on Dateline with Lester Holt and told him that he wasn't sure if the vaccine would stop transmission because Pfizer didn't collect data that would show whether volunteers who got the shot transmitted the virus or not. That wasn't even something that they were looking at during the trial process. The whole basis of the vaccine from the beginning and its origin, we'll say, because I'm, a little off. But so the origin of it was about the individual, right? About protecting the individual, not this concept of, you have to get vaccinated to protect your neighbor, to be a patriot, to protect the people you love. No, it was about the individual, to protect you as the individual from potentially ending up in the hospital and dying. And then, so it's not this idea, it's a personal health benefit, not a public benefit, right? It's a personal decision, not a public health decision. And then even with that, not everyone is high risk.
Yeah.
And so I've made the decision not to get vaccinated because I'm 36 years old and I have a 99.97% of survival against COVID. So for me, the risk from COVID doesn't outweigh potential risk from the vaccine. However, that could look different. Joe Biden is 78, right? So he is old. So for a 78-year-old like him who seems to not be in the best health, getting the vaccine makes sense for him.
Right. You make that choice. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but low-risk millennials like us, we're the largest generation in the U.S. workforce. So there are more people in the workforce that are like me, that are low risk, than people like Joe Biden who are high risk.
Yeah.
So none of this makes sense.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right. And Lisa Booth joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News contributor. The Truth with Lisa Booth, her podcast. And, Lisa, and it's also the death of common sense that's out there as well. That's part of the thing that makes me frustrated when we see through the 498 pages or whatever of this OSHA ruling a little bit that says unvaccinated workers facing grave danger. It's grave danger, I tell you. This is part of why we have to do this. Grave danger. You're vaccinated. You're fine. Don't worry about me. How do I face grave dangers? How does that even work? And then, of course, along our southern border, when we have illegals crossing the border, they don't have to get a vaccine. They're not mandated to do it. It's just us. I assume that grave danger is there as well. But no, Lisa Booth, here's what you need to do. You need to stay in your lane, my friend. Just stay in your lane. Don't argue. Stay in your lane. And your lane is to not cause trouble. That's what they're saying to you.
Well, which is just so contradictory to my nature, because I was that kid that was born being why? Someone would tell me to do something. I'm like, but what's the justice?
If you're expecting Lisa Booth to stay in a lane that you tell her to stay in, you have another thing coming.
I'm rebellious at heart, right? So it's I won't do anything unless it makes sense, unless there's common sense behind it, unless there's a reasonable justification for it. Otherwise, you're not going to get me to do it. So I reject the idea that somehow I'm supposed to be a good little girl and go get vaccinated because Joe Biden tells me. Joe Biden's an idiot. So so I'm just supposed to go out and do something that is potentially detrimental to my health, or is something that is not even in my interest, because again, I have a 99.97% chance of survival. So I'm supposed to go do that so I can live in society, so I can go to a restaurant if I visit New York, so I can hold a job. I mean, it's just insane. And then what is even what really frustrates me even more than that is the fact that you have so many nurses, firefighters, police officers, military men and women who were out there working during COVID, working during the pandemic. They couldn't stay home and hide in their basement like Joe Biden. They're out working. So they got COVID and they have natural immunity. And there are 106 studies that show that natural immunity is equal to or more robust than vaccine immunity.
Right.
And so you are now, you've subjected these people to risk by forcing them to work during the height of a pandemic. And now you're subjecting them to the risk from the vaccine. So it is like the epitome of elitism that someone like Joe Biden, who has the privilege to hide in his basement and eat ice cream and go to bed at 5 p.m., is dictating to working Americans who have gone out there, gotten COVID because they are brave and they are patriots. And now he wants them again to subject themselves to a vaccine that does carry some element of risk.
Yeah. But you're not allowed to say that, by the way. Oh, and also the talk of heroes work here in hospitals. You know, the heroes that we've talked about for many, many times. And then those that say, well, listen, I don't really want to get the jab, and they lose their job in the hospital. Hey, are they still heroes? Did that change? What happens with that dynamic, I wonder?
Well, it's all BS, right? It's right. Like these people, you say these people are heroes when it's convenient to you and when it's convenient to your narrative. And look, ultimately, I think the decision to get vaccinated should really just come down to, you know, what the equation of risk, right? So if COVID poses a bigger risk to you than the vaccine, you should get vaccinated.
Yeah.
If COVID does not pose a bigger risk to you than the vaccine, then maybe you should not, right? And that's the choice I have made, because I don't really think we're getting the full truth about vaccine risk and vaccine injury and potential death as well. And so for someone who does not have an overwhelming risk from COVID, it doesn't make sense for me to take that potential risk with the vaccine. Look, the fastest vaccine for development and approval in history before was 4 years, right? This was less than a year. Right. So, and then only one of the three is even FDA approved. That's the Pfizer's vaccine. So it's like, you know, the idea that like we just have all this information, we have all this data, no one should ask any questions, no one should be concerned at all, is a ruse.
Yeah.
Like that's not even being based out of honesty either.
Right.
So like I would just like common sense, I would like clarity, I would like transparency, and then I would like to allow each American to make their own individual decision and have medical freedom.
Yeah. By the way, if we have a pill that's coming out from Pfizer and it's going to be 90% effective, as they tell us, does that mean we don't have to get the jab? I mean, is that what that means now? I'm just trying to understand. I still can't understand what the rules are. It gets confusing how that all, that's another story.
Yeah. So you wouldn't think that would negate the need for the vaccine, but
well,
it
should.
There's things like there's also things like ivermectin. So Merck also has a therapeutic coming out that is like, I think $700 per person, or I could be off with that, you know, somewhere roughly a few $100 upwards, less than $1,000 per like patient.
Yeah.
But you know what? And Merck ivermectin originated with Merck, but they don't have a patent.
Right.
And now ivermectin is like, I think like something like 60 cents or less to make. Right. And so now they've come out against ivermectin, which there are, I think, something like 60 studies showing evidence that ivermectin works. There's also, you can look at provinces in places like India, where they've come out and pointed to ivermectin as the reason why they've eradicated COVID there. But that can't get discussed because nobody makes money off of it, right? So, of course, Merck and Pfizer are now coming out with new things that they're going to make bank from versus looking at potentially repurposing cheaper drugs that would be much cheaper, already in existence, and we already know the potential risks from them because we've had, you know, how many people that have tried them or used them over the decades, right? So even in that, it's like, I mean, come on, man. It's about making a buck.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, the roasting of Aaron Rodgers for suggesting that he's using ivermectin as part of his protocol now with his COVID, getting roasted on Twitter. The blue checks are roasting him right now. And so that's a whole other story. But there you go. But it's not political. It's absolutely not political. Aaron Rodgers is going to be just fine. It's not. It has nothing. Yeah. It is unbelievable. But then I ask you this before we go, and it's an important question. I mean, what has it been like, the reaction, and how people have treated you through all of this? Because it seems so sad to me and outrageous at the same time that somebody who has made this choice publicly, a public figure making this public choice, would be treated any other way except with respect for their own individual choice. What's it been like?
Well, I mean, look, I've gotten some criticism and, you know, publicly attacked from even some of my own colleagues, but I don't care because the reality is, look, it's a lot easier to go along with the crowd, right? It's harder to resist. It's harder to, you know, I think C.S. Lewis had that quote that, you know, when everyone's going off the cliff. It's the person running away that looks insane. I'd rather be the person running away because that's the right decision. That's the sane conclusion. So I would rather get criticism. I'd rather be ostracized. I'd rather be called names and be on the right side of history than be wrong. And then in criticism, nobody can refute the things I'm saying. Nobody has said what I've said is incorrect. So I don't really care if people want to criticize me, be my guest. I am right. And so I don't care about the criticism. And what's hilarious is people are like, oh, well, you need to get vaccinated to help others. And then I'm like, well, okay, well, actually, there's no evidence of that. That's not what's happening right now. And you can even look anecdotally, the long list of high-profile people who are fully vaccinated who have gotten COVID as evidence outside of the studies that I named earlier on the show. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, well, do it so you don't die. And then they're like, but I want you to die. And I'm like, well, now I'm just confused. It's like, they're like, oh, I can't wait for you to get COVID and end up in the hospital, but you have to get vaccinated so you don't end up in the hospital. I'm like, well, which one is it? Do you want me to die? Or
Yeah.
It's just we've reached peak insanity in the country. And all I'm asking for is a little common sense and a little individual freedom. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah. You know how much I respect you. I'm a fan. And I'll tell you what, it's quite the battle that we have going on. It's hard to believe that with everything, with a Chinese Communist Party building up and doing and saying the things that they're saying, and all the craziness that's going on in the world, we're worried about wokeness and we're worried about mandates, and we're just destroying each other from within. It's just insane. But that's
it's like they want to be China.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that. All right, we got to run. I appreciate a few minutes. Lisa Booth, Fox News contributor. Her podcast, The Truth with Lisa Booth, is awesome, if I say so myself, and I just did. And I appreciate a few minutes. All the best. Thanks.
Take care, my friend. Take care. Bye.
All right, let's find out what's going on right now with the remainder of our forecast for today with Wing News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right.
Wink Weather Authority.
For a mix of sun and clouds today, and we should be a little bit warmer after another cool start. Highs back into the lower 80s across the area, with winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry as we head into tonight. Lows near 62, waking up on your Wednesday. A stray shower now to the question for tomorrow with a high of 84 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift-giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings Sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only. Get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Forget the senseless talk. You need news and information, and you need it now.
Wink News now. Wink News now.
The most comprehensive, most trusted, and coming to you first.
Breaking right now at 3.
We know you'll agree. The place to be at 3 is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
Don't read it when you're hungry because the recipes are incredible.
This must be the place for a book celebration as famed author Harlan Coben interviews Rach.
Let's get serious for a moment. When the world started to close down, you actually said in this book you felt a little anxious.
Then, we're rolling closer to Thanksgiving. And
I would walk 30-minute meals while doing my homework.
Rach gives thanks to a big fan. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, weekday mornings at 11 on the CW.
When it comes to business news, Gulf Shore Business covers Gulf Shore businesses like nobody's business. Daily coverage of local breaking business news you can't get anywhere else. Subscribe today for the free daily Gulf Shore Business newsletter at gulfshorebusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, representing Florida's 25th Congressional District. As your representative, I work for you,